What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. So in this clip from the Stephen A. Smith show, we're going to watch him crash out on Democrats about the whole Jeffrey Epstein email scandal that came out a couple of days ago. So he's not going to hold back whatsoever. But before we get into the video, guys, please hit the like button down below. It really helps the channel out. Let's get straight into it.
I will sign the discharge petition right now to release the Epstein Files.
Y'all cool with that? I have no problem with the Epstein Files being exposed. I think anybody who's done what Jeffrey Epstein did should be thrown under the damn jail. They should spend the rest of their natural-born life in prison if he was alive to do it. Young girls being sexually molested is as disgusting as it gets. It is as vile as it gets. We ain't making any excuses for anybody like that. What a despicable, despicable human being. There's a special place in hell for people like that. But that's not what anybody can definitively associate the president with. He knew Epstein, so did Bill Clinton.
Exactly.
So did a plethora of other famous people inside and outside the world of politics. Incriminating emails, well, what specifically and how significant was it? And when we sit up there as Democrats and we're applauding on the House floor, now that Alita Grijalva was there talking about she'll be the final vote to sit up there and open the Epstein Files, and everybody's applauding for the Democratic Party. Ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind that the Epstein Files were in existence and free to have been opened during the Biden administration.
Facts.
You were there for 4 years. How come you didn't open it as a Democratic Party then? What am I missing? I'm not saying I know. It's a legitimate question. Maybe I don't remember the answer. Maybe my extraordinary producers should be able to help me during the commercial break. But from my understanding, the same files that were open or being open now with the 220 pages of documents or whatever it is, with various emails, that could have been done when Biden was in office. Well, why didn't you do it?
Or Obama.
If it's so important now. What were the Democrats doing at that particular moment in time? See, this is the kind of stuff that smells. Because my attitude is just deducing how much they despise Trump is if there was some real bona fide dirt on him, since you went after him with the 34 felony convictions, which essentially was deduced to him paying hush money to Stormy Daniels, a porn star, just so she wouldn't reveal their happenings with one another leading up to the election in 2016. Okay? If you had something like that you were willing to parade him through the streets with, of course, if you had something on him about Epstein, you'd have let it go earlier to make sure he didn't become the 47th president. That's just my thinking from a logical perspective. But what do I know? Either way you slice it, when that kind of stuff is going on, all it does is foster the continual divide that is inevitably going to exist. One side hates each other so much that neither side is willing to negotiate and work with one another until desperate times means desperate measures. And the American people are the ones that suffer first, and they're the ones that suffer the most before the residual collateral impact is truly, truly felt. That's the damn problem. And even with the end of this shutdown taking place, I still find myself thinking, more the same, ain't nothing new. A continual resolution likely be reached, be signed, shutdown will probably end. It's going to end today. And as a result, okay, the government will be financed through the end of January. Let's get through the holidays. At least this ain't going on during Thanksgiving. At least this ain't going on through Christmas. At least this ain't going on through New Year's Eve. And we'll go into the New Year's, and then we can be the same old sorry asses we've been. At the expense of the American people.
Yeah, so there you have it. I mean, Stephen A. Smith is 100% correct. And the timing of this whole thing is also fishy as well. As soon as these Democrats lose any of and all of the leverage that they had during the shutdown, the next day, I don't even think they waited 24 hours, is when they came out with this new emails that they had with Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. And why is it just that Donald Trump is the only person that they exposed? Why is it just these emails? I'm sure these are not the only emails that Trump's name is mentioned, and also other politicians or people that are famous as well that are mentioned. Why is it just that they decided to release Donald Trump's emails, or it wasn't even his emails? That's the crazy thing about it. It was such a reach here that it was an email that mentioned his name with two other people that were talking about Donald Trump. This was not an email between Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. This was not an email where Donald Trump was the one that was receiving the emails or even sending these emails. It was just his name that was mentioned in those emails. And if this is all that they have, really? That's it? That's it? And those emails didn't say nothing incriminating whatsoever. For anybody that can interpret what those emails said, it was plain and simple. It sounded like to me what I saw was that Jeffrey Epstein tried to throw a bone to Donald Trump and he didn't bark at it. Basically, he didn't take the bait. And that's why it said that Donald Trump's name was not mentioned in the indictments or any of the testimonies from the victims, because one of those victims that was mentioned in the email mentioned that he didn't do anything wrong. So this is absolutely hilarious. And if Donald Trump did do something with Jeffrey Epstein, or if he was involved in any type of illegal activities involving minors, you really think they would have made up things like Russia? You think they would have threw all of these lame, minuscule charges in New York and Florida and with Fannie Willis and Alvin Bragg? You really think those would be the cases that they brought? Some mishandling of paperwork and documents? Really? The Jeffrey Epstein would have been the nail in the coffin for Donald Trump. That would have been the end of Donald Trump permanently if he actually did something illegal with Jeffrey Epstein. So, yeah, this was a whole bunch of nothing. This was Democrats desperate once again to try to distract the American people from the issue at hand, which is the corruption that's going on within their own party and the civil war that's going on within their own party. They're falling and crumbling. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about this rant from Stephen A. Smith. Let's talk about it in the comment section. Leave your opinions down below. And of course, if you are brand new, consider hitting subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.